So I'm assuming now of all the teams left, I would want Croatia to win. Because you have what? So it's Argentina, France, Britain, right? Are those teams left? Am I missing one?
I
Oh,
think
is
England,
Morocco?
Morocco,
Morocco's let's
Portugal.
go. I don't want
There's a
Portugal to
few ones
win.
left. I want
Fuck Port.
Portugal to win. Why
No.
don't you want Portugal to win?
God, I hate Ronaldo's bitch ass. I hate him
Fuck
so
you.
much.
Why
Dude,
do you
he's
hate that?
so weird. He's such a douche. I barely know the guy,
Bro,
but
he's a striker. What do you expect?
exactly. What then how does that help? I hate the strikers. Me. All that's all they are. That's all they do is they just stay at the half. They run the
Nah,
least out of all
nah.
of the fucking soccer players. I feel like goalies run more than the fucking strikers. I know that's probably not true, but I would say if you were to measure how many calories are burned between a striker and a goalie, the goalies are going to be burning more calories than the striker.
Okay.
This is coming from someone who last played soccer in middle school, but
Yeah, I know.
so no. Anyways, though, respect to midfielders. They're the ones that give a shit out there.
What? No, midfielders don't even run the most.
Dude, what are you talking? Midfielders definitely run the
No,
most.
fullbacks run the most, if anything.
No, midfielders run the most.
Yeah, because they get on the attack, they're on the defense, and they play in the midfield. They literally go everywhere.
I'm not gonna lie, Isaac, I don't know what a fullback is.
It's the here. Let me draw this.
I didn't know we're talking
It's
NFL.
so you know defense.
Yeah.
So assume there's like 4 defenders, right? There's like one here, one here, one here, and one here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So these 2 are center backs. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because they're in the center, and this is assuming there's 4 defenders, and then these two are fullbacks. Oops. They normally they're like wingers, but they actually come back for defense. So
okay. Why don't you just say winger, whatever wingers? That's
well, no, wingers on a winger's a position for the attacking third, though.
I mean, also to be fair, like, aren't there a bunch of different alignments you can do in soccer? Like,
yeah, but unless you're using 3 defenders, you always will have you'll always have fullbacks. So
okay, well, respect to those guys too. That's kind of what I was thinking too. I was trying to make it more general because, like, no one. When I say fullback,
dude, midfielders get too much love. It's
card. All right, no one's thinking. No one's thinking soccer.
I'm just saying. I think midfielders, they're just like too full of themselves, and they think that they're the most important position, but they aren't. So that's just me.
I just realized my microphone was like out over here. Is there any difference? Can you hear me when
my god, dude.
A little bit. It's just less echo, if that makes sense. Not really echo. I don't know how to explain it. It just sounds like you're actually talking into a mic, you know?
Okay. Yeah. No, because I was like, it's gonna be so unfortunate because especially whoever's the one recording, it gets their audio, and then the person that's not recording, it's like it sounds like a 1970s phone call or whatever.
Right.
So if anyone can even hear me in that first segment, we'll pray. But
I think they will.
Yeah. So yeah, but anyways, fuck Ronaldo. He's so weird.
Hey, fuck you. Fuck you. Ronaldo, he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
So is it like blasphemy in soccer or whatever? I don't give a shit. To be like, I'm more of a Messi guy than a Ronaldo guy.
No, that's just like being a Patriots fan like 10 years ago.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna do that. All right, I'll be a Messi guy then. That's. But yeah, no, Ronaldo's like weird. I don't want him to win.
What do you mean he's fuck you? He's
no, he's like abusive to his kid. I don't.
What are you talking about?
No, he's like forcing his kid to have like a six-pack. No, it's weird. Why would I make that up?
Yeah, then that is just you're making that up. Yeah,
I'm not making it up.
You're just making shit.
I'm not making it up.
Messi had a child sex trafficking ring just like last year, and no one's talking about it. Want to know why? Because it didn't fucking happen. So like, what? Yeah, I could make up shit too, Nils. Like,
that was really good.
I can play this game too. Yeah,
that's really funny. Oh my god.
I got scared for a second.
I was like, oh gosh, what did I just advocate for? Yeah, no, but yeah, no, I don't even really want. So today, I'd want Netherlands to beat Argentina. I don't really those big names, but I'm glad that Neymar lost. That dude sucks. So
See, he's a winger. He's a winger.
Wasn't the whole thing that like Pele is supposed to die soon, and he's like, "Don't worry, I'll stay to watch my Brazil or whatever."
I think he already died.
No, he did not die yet. He's not dead.
Oh no, he's alive. Yeah,
Yeah,
some famous footballer just died like a week ago.
Oh, but yeah, no, he was put to like hospice or something like that, and then people were like, "Oh no." And then he's like, "Don't worry, fans. I'll still be alive to watch my Brazil win the big World Cup." So that's awesome.
No.
But yeah. So that's a World Cup stuff.
What a great note to transition into Kill Bill.
Wait, I hold on. While I was waiting for you, I read a Burundi update.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this came out
in the World Cup.
Do they have a World Cup team?
Not a World Cup team. They're not in the World Cup.
Okay. Do they have an international team?
I don't know if they have a national team.
Do they have one on FIFA?
No.
Damn it. Oh my gosh. So this is according to the East African news. So we have Burundi president. Have we tried to say this president's name? I feel like we have multiple times.
I'm pretty sure I have, yeah.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. Ndayishimiye. Sorry for the butchering of that name. Said that the so-called investors are not contributing towards the country's development. And basically that he's promising to work with the youth and put them in key positions in an effort to improve the country's economic status. So I was interested by what he meant by this. The article itself is kind of general, doesn't really go really into it. And I'm also like, the so-called investors, is he literally just talking about like, I don't really know how Burundi economics work, but is he just talking about like the banks or so I don't know. Or maybe they're big, like, the rich there.
Right.
But yeah, he was basically saying, I think what he meant by this is that there's soon going to be the U.S. African Leaders Summit. And so he's expected to travel. Oh, he's visiting Washington. Oh, Isaac, this is our chance. You got to get an interview with this guy. I didn't even think of that. You got to get an interview with Stickscast with President Ndayishimiye. You got to look up. Look up U.S. African Leaders Summit. That's where he's going to be at.
It's going to be hard getting in. I don't think I can get in without a press pass.
We are getting a press pass
to the 15th. I have 4 days.
Oh, come on. We can do this. We can do it. I don't even know if this guy's like an awful person or not, but it would be so awesome when we get on and be like, hey, let's talk about G-Force with President Ndayishimiye.
What if he actually knew what we were talking about? And he was like, oh, I love that movie.
Oh, that'd be so cool. I feel, dude, we can get a press pass. We just show them our listeners on Anchor and be like, we're a worldwide podcast. We could get a press pass.
I don't know. I'll see what I can do. I don't know if it's going to be a public meeting because we can't get a press pass. No way.
Oh, we can do this. We can do this. I'm so hyped to be. Oh my gosh, that will be insane.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyways, but yeah, so back to the headline or the news. He's bringing these Burundian business people, but I think what he meant to put, like, he's gonna have like some of the youth. He's gonna be prioritizing the financing of the youth economic empowerment and employment program. So maybe he'll bring more like youth people. Oh, and then lastly, so they currently, like, regarding imports and exports, they like are at a huge deficit, right? Remember
of
how we
course.
were talking about they just lowered the sanctions for Burundi, right? Because of the coup in 2015 or whatever happened. And they didn't get direct aid. The IMF has yet to oh wait, no, my bad. The EU who lifted those things, like they still haven't resumed the direct aid. They have the sanctions away, but they still don't have it. But they're projecting like they're going to get a bunch of public investment next year. So, well, I think it just shows next year might be a wild year for Burundi's economy. But and maybe we'll get more about that talking to the president himself next week. Stay tuned. Oh my God.
Yeah, we'll see.
Isaac, if you get that interview, it will be the best Christmas gift I will ever have in my life. Oh my gosh, I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped. I know it will. No, it's gonna happen. I'm putting it in the air right now. Oh, well,
4 days. That's I could. It literally just like I have the time to do it. It's just I don't know if I could actually like get in. Because that seems like something that I can't get into, right?
Yeah.
They would look at me and be like, why are you here? And I'm like, you will not believe this at all.
Yeah. You gotta like find maybe like the Burundi president has like a LinkedIn and then like he has like his interns on there. And then you gotta like call his interns and be like, hey, we need to set up just like a 15-minute interview.
You know, I'll email I'm sure they have like a state email. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, well, Isaac's looking for this email. I'm gonna talk about Mario Kart. The new Mario Kart wave just came out. It's really, really good. It's only getting better. You have like the new Rainbow Road, which has now become the best Rainbow Road in Mario Kart 8. It's really good. Maple Treeway's back. Everyone likes Maple Treeway. What other maps are there that were really good? Boo Lake is fun. It's really simple. Rock Mountain is kind of forgettable, but it's a nice addition. The city maps are the city maps. Still waiting for I know Burundi's not a country or not a city, but still waiting for the Burundi.
I found their embassy's email.
Yes.
I'm gonna send an email.
Do it.
I could just go to their embassy. You know, he'll probably be at their embassy.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. He definitely has to show up. You're like, hey, you're at the front door or whatever.
Sorry, let me send this from my school email so it looks more official.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say I'm like with a hatchet or something.
Dude, if we get that interview, that will be the hardest I'll ever have worked in my life to like set up for an actual interview or whatever. I just have like it's just the Derrick Rose poster at the back or whatever. He's like, what the fuck?
What's his name?
You want me to spell it out?
No, I can just copy it here. Sorry.
Dude, I gotta learn how to pronounce his name.
Is he actually gonna be in DC though?
I mean, that's what it says right
okay,
here.
As long as that's what it says. Because I don't want it to be like, oh yeah, no, actually his aide is gonna be in DC. Because I'm gonna be like, No,
yeah, President and the comments come ahead.
Natayishime, I think.
Say that again.
I don't want to.
Okay. Well, so yeah, it says come ahead of his visit to Washington to attend the U.S. African Leaders Summit. Oh my gosh, I have goosebumps right now.
Attend what's the conference called?
U.S. African Leaders Summit. You should double check though if that's what it's actually called. And we're going off the East African. Actually, I can Google that while you're writing an email. Let me see. Okay. U.S. African Leaders Summit. Oh, Joe Biden's going to be there.
Well, we don't care about Joe Biden. Who gives a shit? But
yeah, no, that's what it's called. It's bringing 50 African voices to Washington. But yeah, and also make sure to check out the time trial mode in Mario Kart. That's also pretty addicting. I'm on the final part. I'm getting the gold cart now, where you do all the mirror races. Mirror is definitely interesting. It's not the best it's like, oh, let's have what like the developers had be the intended track design and then reverse it with the same visuals. So it's just not right, but I'll do whatever to get the gold Mario, gold cart, gold wheel, and gold glider.
All right,
So
here, wait. Let me read this off. Sorry to interrupt your
yes.
Mario talk.
No,
Let
no,
me
no,
let
no.
me
I
read
was
this
just
off for
filling
you.
in.
Very cool. All right. Good afternoon. My name is Isaac Long. I'm a student at the George Washington University working for our affiliated news network. I am not, by the way. I recently learned that Evariste Ndayishimiye, I think, was going to be in attendance at the U.S. African Leaders Summit. Would it be at all possible to secure an interview slot for either him or a representative during his time in Washington? Thanks for your time. Have a nice weekend. Isaac C. Long, and then contact info. Maybe Nils, just maybe. Although let me look up how to pronounce his name because I actually want to get that right.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like that's an important thing to get right.
It might be. Oh my! If he accepts it, I'm gonna be so stressed out. He won't. But
because my even stretching it, like it's just like even stretching it, it's like yeah, it's a kid working for his like school newspaper, which I'm not even doing. So like
yeah.
Oh, pronunciation is the first thing that comes up under his. Oh, they are just Google is listening to us all the time. It's rated a 4 out of 5 for difficulty on how to pronounce.
Oh no.
Every stay in Ndayishimiye. Okay. Every stay in Ndayishimiye. Ndayishimiye. Wait.
Ndayishimiye.
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 Yeah.
All right.
Evariste Ndayishimiye. Okay. That's perfect. I'm gonna bookmark this. That's good to know.
Yep. All right. Well,
I'm gonna send this. Hold on.
Yeah.
I really hope that because I think my school proctors my email when it comes to external sources. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, we probably should now. Oh, I'll wait till you.
All right, I sent it.
Okay. Well, speaking of people sending it,
oh god damn it.
We see Uma Thurman sending it in Kill Bill volumes 1 and 2. I didn't. Let me check the summary and release date. I also meant to do like a research on these movies a little bit, but I didn't do that. So let's see. So Kill Bill Volume 1 came out in 2003, directed by Quentin Tarantino. Roaring rampage of revenge. An assassin is shot by a ruthless employer, Bill, and other members of their assassination circle, but she lives to plot her vengeance. And I think that's a perfect summary. Really actually encapsulates the whole movie.
Movies. Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, so that's why it's like it works out. And then I don't know how like why there's 2 volumes necessarily, because I feel like these were both shot like at the same time. Isaac, do you know anything about? I'm googling that right now.
I don't know anything about that. I think that I mean I approve of the 2 volumes. I just think like, you know, it's a long story. And I think that especially when you get to these like Tarantino movies, you know, it's like there's such a big emphasis on dialogue that you don't want to condense it basically.
So they did record and produce or like both movies at the same time.
Yeah.
But I don't think they were allowed to do that because the runtime would have been at 4 hours. So they decided to split in 2 and came out within 6 months of each other, which is actually it's kind of cool.
That is impressive, yeah.
So I feel like there's another movie that did a very similar thing, but like I cannot think of that. I kind of want to say they sort of did that for Avengers the Infinity War and Endgame. Yeah, I think they kind of did that. And that was
back to back, yeah.
Yeah, and that was a year apart from the other one, right?
Yeah.
And then I think also for Harry Potter, the last 2 Deathly Hallows, I think they did the same thing with part 1 and 2, and then the same thing with the Mockingjay as well.
Yeah.
But those like especially the Deathly Hollows. Actually, I don't know about Death, but especially Mockingbird or Mockingjay. That's one of those where it's like it does not need to be split into. It's clearly just to make double the money that they would,
Yeah.
right? I think Deathly Hollows, that probably was an aspect of it, but I don't necessarily think that like was the entire reason, because those were two. Actually, I don't know. Deathly Hollows Part 1 is really not that good. Now that I think about it.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't read the books or seen the movies, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Ah, damn! Why do everyone I know hasn't seen Harry Potter? I mean, it's
Because
like
it's shitty. It's British propaganda. Like it's that simple.
yeah, it's I don't know. It's kind of a bummer, like especially with who's the author of those books.
J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, like especially J.K. Rowling, like who she is now. It's kind of hard to sell Harry Potter to people anymore.
Yeah, she was like the OG Kanye. Like it's actually like wild when you think about it. Like I don't think she's a Nazi. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't think she's a Nazi though. But like that's like the OG character arc that Kanye used. So like make some amazing work and then just have everyone hate you because you're just like
no, that definitely fits, because I mean like fuck. Like Harry Potter is such a great experience, but yeah, you have J.K. Rowling, right? Which is already kind of and then you have the first two movies aren't good. Like they're fine. Like the first one's kind of cute. But then what doesn't even help is that all these movies are at least like 2 hours and 40 minutes. So you just cannot sell people.
Sorry, no, 1 second. My roommate's like naked right now.
Nice.
I don't care. I don't know if you care.
Our viewers care.
Our viewers care. I'll still talk while we see
keep going. Don't
worry. But yeah, no, so it's like all of those movies are at least like 2 hours and 40 minutes. So you just really can't sell people. It's not like Fast and Furious where it's like, man, it's like each one's like an hour and a half. Yeah. You can just blaze through them to get to the good stuff. You have to get to like Prisoner of Azkaban, I think.
Okay.
But they're really good movies to watch during like Christmas time, though.
All right, yeah.
It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like Star Wars, where both of those franchises like work really well in like the winter. I don't know what makes them so cozy.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, Kill Bill. Isaac, what did you think of Kill Bill?
I thought it was really good. I'm a big Tarantino fan. I mean, it's this is like the OG Tarantino movie. I mean, I know a lot of people say it's not, because normally it's like Reservoir Dogs, right? But like I think this is like the one that best encapsulates his directing style, because it's literally just like it like there's barely any plot. And it's just completely just, which is interesting, because even without like a very significant amount of plot, I think that his just the way he does, like the way he directs like dialogue, I think that still like shows really well here. But it's just like it's bloody. And I think that it really just I think it's a really good representation of his directing style.
Yeah. Again, so there's a lot to unpack there. What you just said, like, because first I would say, like, if any, maybe like my interpretation of it is like these movies are they're all plot, but there's not much subtext to them, right? So you really like, once you watch it, there's not much more, like there might be some commentary, but the enjoyment comes wholly from like just the plot. It's just a good old time or whatever, watching them. And I watched all of Tarantino's movies when I was probably too young. I think when I was like around 12,
really,
or something like that. So when did The Hateful Eight come out? That's
that was like when we were in like 8th or 9th grade,
right? Grade, yeah. So because I remember, I think I watched like maybe Pulp Fiction or something before that, and then I was like, Hateful Eight, it's his 8th movie, even though it's really not. I think it's his 9th.
Yeah, 2015, 8th grade.
Okay, there we go. So then I was like, I'm going to watch all of his movies or whatever, because at that time he was like, maybe that's the last one. So I was like, all right, it's a really good time. And honestly, if it's kind of like his movies are kind of perfect for like a teenage boy just to watch all of them, because like there's not like a lot of subtext or anything to his films. It's just like really fun, quality, well made movies. But no, yeah. What was I gonna say? But yeah, especially like I think the volume 1 is especially just perfectly packed well with just action. It's so balanced, with everything going on. Like the opening of that fight in the suburban house is so good and funny.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, because that was the main thing I forgot. It's just how like funny his movies are.
Yeah.
Because no, yeah, like did you watch his most recent movie, The Hollywood, with Leo DiCaprio, and like Margot Robbie and
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's like one of my favorite movies. Yeah.
Okay. I did not like that movie. So then at that point, I was like, man, that left a bad taste in my mouth. And then I hadn't seen a Tarantino movie since. And then D-Me, he's always like, oh, I hate Quentin Tarantino. And then you have like Tarantino just being a bad person in real life. And then you have like he says stuff now, and it's like, okay, hey, I don't really, dude, you're like so old. Shut up, right? No one cares anymore. So then I let all of that kind of just be like, maybe Tarantino isn't as good a director as I thought he was. But then watching this, I was like, damn, no, he's good. So
have you seen oh shit, what's it called? Shit. Have you seen Dusk Before Dawn?
Dusk Before Dawn.
Or is it called, that might be called From Dawn Till Dusk. From Dusk Till Dawn. It's From Dusk Till Dawn, sorry.
I don't believe I have. Let me see.
Don't look it up.
It's that movie. I saw was it you or DB that saw this?
It was me. It was once I saw it, I was like, this is the best movie of all time. Yeah, so you have seen it?
No, I have not seen it.
You bitch. Do you know like the whole thing?
No, I don't know any of the
good.
movie.
You don't know shit. All right, that's our movie next week. That's our movie.
Okay, I'm down to do that. We can do From Dusk.
It's not directed by him, but it's written by him. You just can't read any of like the plots, summaries, or reviews. Okay. Just gotta watch it.
Sounds good. It's perfect. So, did you like did you like volume 1 or 2 more?
I like volume 1. I think that like obviously I think the plot develops a lot more in volume 2, but I also like just think that it's just like I think that a lot of the charm with the first one personally is it's literally just a rampage, and I think that's awesome. Like it's very much like a revenge one, and like I understand that like the revenge theme is the whole 2 movies, and that in the second movie, like obviously spoiler alert, she gets her revenge, but like it just feels diluted because the reason for her revenge is less because her kid's alive, and then B, just like I'm just not a fan of like you finally catch up to this person you're trying to get. It's me and TV tropes, or not TV, movie tropes, right? It's like I finally got revenge, but I'm gonna like let them not die happily, but like how they like kind of reconciled at the end a little bit. Yeah. So like I just don't like that. I think that she should have like just cut his head off, but like it's cool. That's what I think. No, of course, don't worry. I go through the morning sickness too. It's 9 a.m. for you, so well now it's not, but it's 10 a.m. 10:30.
But I know now I literally like the best part is I had absolutely nothing to do today besides going to the World Cup thing and then working out. So but I got up for Stickscast, damn it.
You goddamn right you did. I appreciate it too. Sorry I can't do later today.
No, it's I want to do these in the mornings more because I'm more like energetic, and then it's just like, and then because then I like over the day I can edit them right and upload them the same day. If I do it at night, then it just rolls over and I forget to do it. Right. But and then like I think the main thing that I thought was really cool, especially the volume 1, like Tarantino's clearly paying so much homage, right, to Asian like film and like not from the martial arts films, but then like I remember when they eventually played the Lucy Liu's character, like the origin story, and it's like an anime thing. I don't remember it being like a whole ass 15-minute anime. Like, and it's cool that he credits like the anime company that made it. Like, it's so cool how he recognized the evolution of like Japan, or not Japan, well, because like China had a big thing with the martial arts, but like, so it's not evolution, sorry.
Yeah.
But like, he recognized multiple aspects of like just Asian action filmmaking, of being like, there's the martial art film industry that had a huge impact, and then there's anime. He was already recognizing it back in like early 2000s, and then like look where anime is now. So I think that's probably one of my like, God, I sound like such a weep here, but that is one of my favorite aspects of the movie. Is like Tarantino clearly loves those type of films, and I don't know. I wanted to say this in my Letterboxd review, but I was like, I don't know how to like word this to be funny. But this movie is such a perfect encapsulation of what America gets right. All right, so hear me out. Like, America is so good at just taking random cultures, right? Like, that's what we are. We're just a fusion of a ton of cultures, and then we streamline it into a thing that we can consume quickly. That's what this movie is, right? You don't have to grow up your whole life in one cult, and you could say that's way more like fulfilling, right? I'm not saying like the American version is better, right? But we're able to like capture like these different aspects of culture, streamline it for our American consumption, and then just love it. And then what's even more American about it is because like apparently like the production behind these movies like was awful, right? In terms of like Tarantino just being a dog shit person. So you have awful working but it's just a beautiful depiction of what America does. Like you have horrible working conditions, but you're able to take cultures, and that can be misconstrued as like killing culture. I literally mean like us, like, oh, Mexican food, right? Like Chipotle or whatever, where it's not actually Mexican food, but it's made where it's like, oh, this is so good, right? Because when you go to other countries, like you're touring, right? It's mainly like if you're going out, a lot of the food is the same, right? As opposed to America, there's so much random shit you can just eat. It's not actually what that culture, but we like have so much random stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what America, like the best two things about America, right, is the melting pot of cultures and football. Like that is what those are the two very pillars that this country stands on that makes it great. I don't care about anything else in America. Everything else isn't that good, but those two things are what keeps me being like with America, you know?
Sorry, okay, whatever you say, yeah, but all right. I respect that. Yeah.
And because you saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, yeah, right?
Yeah, great movie.
So,
amazing
but you know, the funny thing is, because like this movie, right? Like Kill Bill Volume 1, you're like, dang, Tarantino really like respects and wants to pay homage to all these, you know, Asian filmmaking, right? But then I still have the taste of how he depicted Bruce Lee in that movie.
What do you mean?
Dude, that was so fucked up. Did you not?
How do you depict Bruce Lee? All right, Nils, tell me how they depicted. Tell me.
Okay, so I'm not even gonna Google it. So I think it was Bruce Lee's sister, right? Or
it was his family.
Yeah, right. That came on and saying, "Hey, why did you depict Bruce Lee like a complete ass when he's like the not bastion, but like the figurehead of like Asian representation of like in America, right? And of like providing strength and breaking down like those stereotypes, right?" Because then in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he's just like a complete prick, and then he gets fucking just destroyed by like Brad Pitt, right? No, you don't.
Okay. You don't know, like I kind of see that. In all honesty, when I watch it, I don't really think he's being an asshole. I think he's just like, he's doing what people in Hollywood do. I think that the more of an asshole would be Brad Pitt's character. I forget his name. And also, like, again, that's just how I see it. Obviously, if they see it that way, that's probably not good, right?
Yeah.
But specifically talking about like how like Bruce Lee fictionally, obviously, got his ass whooped by Brad Pitt's guy. It's like, because I did watch an interview Tarantino did on this, and it's like, okay, so like, yeah, I think you can definitely be mad about the personality being portrayed, because that's like that's super personal, right?
Yeah.
But like when it comes down to it, like Brad Pitt's an actor, and he's Quentin Tarantino wasn't saying Brad Pitt could kick his ass. He's saying this fictional character could, which he completely has the right to. I can make up a character who's like, oh yeah, in my mind, yeah, he's God, right? Bruce Lee's not gonna kick his ass. It's God. So like, that part, like when people say, oh, they completely like ruined his depiction because they let some like stuntman kick his ass. Like, yeah, like he's a fictional character.
I get, yeah,
but like, yeah, I would say that like when it comes to personality, that's not something I really, saw. But to be fair, like it's completely reasonable for me to just like that to fly over my head. So I think that's fair.
Okay, well, because like I also, I mean, because yeah, I'm not like 100% on either side, because like I kind of get your point where like even if like Bruce Lee, right, beloved person in like American history, Asian American history, right? But it doesn't mean like you can still have like fun with it. Like, I don't know, when I think of one like that was done well, in the Boondocks, there's an episode where like MLK comes back alive in our like current era, and I'm pretty sure like it's what, I don't know. There was some funny stuff, but like it wasn't. How do I put it? Where was it? Okay, I don't want to waste time, but like they didn't make him like, oh, he's this holier than thou character, or like, okay, here's a better example. In the Boondocks, Granddad, right? There's like this funny thing where because he's really old, right?
Yeah.
And so he was like, oh, he always hated on Rosa Parks, and you're like, why? And he's like, because he was on the bus with Rosa Parks or whatever, but he was the first one to be like, nah, I'm gonna sit in the front, I don't care, or whatever. And then like he got kicked out, and then Rosa Parks got all the attention. So that it's like, that's kind of a fun. So you get what I'm trying to say? Like, you can,
yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
So, but yeah, like it's more what I was just gonna say. It's just like, it's interesting how in Kill Bill, God, back to Kill Bill, like Tarantino is, there's so much love, at least from what I can tell. But I'm like a white dude, right? That just like will watch anime from time to time.
We are white dudes.
Yeah, we like. But from what I see, there's a lot of love going towards Asian filmmaking, right? And then just go that to the juxtaposing to the like the Bruce Lee thing, where it's just like get shat on, where it's just kind of funny. But yeah, so yeah, that was the first one. And yeah, I think you were getting at it too with like the second film with the volume 2. I like, my favorite part of that one is like the training sequences, right? That was so fun. And then I watched that part with Aaliyah. And she was like drawing connection because she was like, oh, it's like Mortal Kombat, like with like how they're like fighting, and how that I forgot this Sai Pei or whatever, the master trainer, like how his like that guy, that was so funny. Like, all that was really funny. And then it goes into that, like, I don't know what your take on this is, because like it's clear in all of Tarantino's movies, he loves the like tension and payoff, right?
Yeah.
That is so like Hateful Eight. That entire movie is tension, right? Nothing really, it's just dialogue. And then like the last 15 minutes is this absolute bloodbath, right?
Yeah. Same
thing with Inglourious Bastards. Tension. Like, this movie, I think, actually has like a lot of balance of having action sequences, and then it's clear Tarantino's like, no. I still want my like whole like with Bill having a monologue for like feels like 40 minutes, and then you finally have the 5-finger pressure punch. But I don't know, like in this context of the film, maybe this is my biggest critique, but I think in the way like how the first volume goes with like its set piece action,
Yeah.
I just don't know if it works within the framework of Kill Bill. Would you agree or disagree on that?
I think I see where you're coming from. I think that being said, I see where you're coming from. I don't agree though, because I think it's just so important to like just, the films in general.
Mm-hmm.
But I see where you're coming from, I would say.
Because like Bill's the big bad. You got to give him, the like monologue. But it's like, bro, do I really want to hear you do like the way like the whole lecture with superheroes, right? It's like, bro, I get it. Come on, just go or whatever. It's like he's talking about the evil. He's classic evil Superman trope or whatever.
Yeah.
People are saying they're doing it too much now. They fucking were doing it in Kill Bill. All right, like, I don't know. But and then I said this in my Letterboxd review, like too, where it's so funny how the first film you have all these so cool like action set pieces, right? Where it's like suburban house, and you have the hospital, then you have like the Japanese restaurant, like huge ass restaurant, and then even when she's fighting Oren or whatever, like it's in that snowy garden or whatever. It looks so cool. And then the second film, I think they just blew through their budget because like it's all shot technically in one, right? Because of the second film, it's in a fucking like crackhead trailer, right? And then it's Tarantino's like timeshare in Cabo. Those like the main two. Now, don't get me wrong, that fight between Beatrix and Elle, right, is so awesome in that trailer. Like, yeah, I don't think we've said it enough. The action in this movie is so good. And there's so much of it.
Like, yeah.
I'm just amazed. Like they had such a big budget because there's so many great action. There's not just like one or two. I can name like there's at least like 4 to 5 in this. Which is really good.
It's a fighting movie, Nils.
Yeah. Who is your favorite boss fight in this? Or just like boss, I mean, like it doesn't or which of the snakes, I should say, because they're all snakes.
That's a good question, actually. I don't know. Who's yours?
I mean, like Cottonmouth got so much time, right? Like her, like with the anime, that's cool. And then like this action set piece is really cool. The fight itself is kind of like between her and like it's probably I don't know. That one's cool. I like all the backstory. I don't know. I also just this is once again me. I really like Copperhead, the first the mom, right, in the suburb. That one I just like so much because like there's kind of a lot going that's left for you to kind of sort of interpret. I know we said there's not much subtext, but it's just like how they all like because all the snakes, right? They went a bunch of different paths in their lives, right? So it's funny how like she got pregnant the same time as Black Mamba. Like I think Black Mamba's death or Beatrix's death, it had a huge effect on all of them because they all kind of then went different career routes, right? I'm not articulate enough to say maybe like why for each one. Like I don't know how like Sidewinder, whatever, why he just became like a loser out and well, I'm not gonna say loser. That's kind of mean, but you know what I mean. Like he's
it's kind of neat. Yeah, it's kind of mean.
He can't get like a job at like a strip club in the middle of nowhere, right? Lives in a trailer. There's probably something going on there that I can say. Isaac, if you got any, please, Phil. But it's just cool to see like how all of them kind of are impacted, and then you see with like Copperhead, where now she's just like a mom in the suburbs of that. I don't know, and this fight is so funny, or it's all so like it's all quick and packed. It gets you sucked into the movie. That's what makes you interested immediately. But You thought yours yet, or you?
Yeah, I really liked the Oren. Just because like, it. Can I count the one with the crazy 88?
That's the thing, right? Because I want to say Oren, but like the Crazy 88 is kind of what makes it so good. Like
Yeah,
you know. Oh wait, Isaac.
yeah, but I would say that I like that a lot.
Really quick, have you
Yeah.
played Sifu yet?
Yeah.
Did you beat it?
No, I didn't beat it.
Oh, because like that's literally like
halfway through, I
Sifu.
think.
I mean, it's based off a lot of things. Like, remember how
Yeah.
there's the
Hallway,
yeah, with what's the movie? It's another Stickscast
Old Boy.
movie. Yeah, old boy fight, and then like it's like you see like the same henchman in this, and then
Yeah.
there is literally a boss fight in that movie that's just Oren.
Oh, really?
Film. Yeah, where it's like you go to snowy Zen garden ish, and she's wearing like the dress or the kimono. I don't know.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, but
Damn.
So
I gotta go when I get. I think I might try beating that when I get.
You can beat that really quickly. That
yeah, it's like a 2 or 3 hour game tops.
Yeah, it's quick to beat. Sorry, back to what you're saying about Oran though, with like, and you're like, is it count with the crazy 88?
I would say it does personally, but like, I like that. Also, I'm a big fan of just the snowy aesthetic. You know, like it's dark. There's snow. The only light is like the light bouncing off the snow from the lights indoors, which I really liked. Just it was really fun.
Yeah. Oh man, the Charlie Brown joke is still so fucking funny. It's so stupid, but
yeah. I think the fact that it's that stupid makes it better though. That's just me.
It's like, where the fuck did they find like that where it's literally just Charlie? Like, did they make that? I feel like they specifically made that outfit, or they found it at like a thrift shop or something. Like, oh, we could easily do a joke out of this.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but well, Isaac, do you have any more thoughts on Kill Bill that you want to?
Not really. I think we made our way through it pretty well.
Yeah. No, that was a good analysis turn over there. I think especially for just mainly a kind of plot first type of like, there's not, it's more just you're meant to watch it, enjoy it, and kind of like, cool. But yeah, I think we actually cover really what would you rate volumes 1 and 2, or you can rate them together because it's since it's meant as one movie.
Right. I'll rate them separately. I don't think I've posted they're ready. I just haven't posted them. But like I think I rated the first one 4.5. Honestly, I might switch that to 5 because I'm trying to think of if there was anything like anywhere negative about it, and I can't really think of that off the top of my head. I'll have to think about that a little more. And then the second one probably like a 4. Yeah, 4 would make sense. Maybe 3.5, but honestly, it wasn't. Again, it wasn't like there weren't many glaring issues, like you said. I think they ran through their budget in the first one, which means like they just couldn't get as creative. But I still think it was a really good movie. So probably like 5 and then 4, 3.5. I still got to think about that though.
Yeah, I'm basically the same as you. Like, because my rating system's stupid, where 4.5 and 5 are basically the same thing. The only difference is if it's a 5, that means it's like Hall of Fame, like it's close to my heart. And just because I think it's mainly just action plot first, it would need like an emotional factor, right, to get that 5 for me. But so I gave the first volume 4.5, and then I just gave the second one a 4.
All right,
because it still just does the right beats and everything. It's just like it's just a little bit more boring. But yeah, awesome. Yeah. Well, Isaac, do you have anything else left to say?
We will be interviewing the president of Burundi in 4 days.
4 days. Be there.